Energized show, up the Irish.
Okay, what's going on, guys? And welcome to a brand new episode of Energized Face-2-Face. Ross, introduce the guests.
Today we have two of the funniest men Ireland have to offer. We have a man of a million voices, Mr. Al Foran, and one half of the Stall podcast, Mr. Darren Conway. Lads, how are we doing?
All right.
Yeah, we're all right. We're all right, yeah.
We're enemies now.
Yeah, we're enemies
enemies.
now. Can't
Look,
stand them.
we can headbutt each other.
Had to turn off that hunky-dory's ad the other day. Jesus Christ.
The crinkler.
Is it still on?
Lads,
He's bleeding
lads,
everywhere. He's everywhere. I'm in the car yesterday. I'm driving, and then I hear this bus ad, and he's there fucking interrupting some fucking professional voiceover artist in an ad on the radio yesterday. He's everywhere. He's in me head. The mind.
He's in the Late Show as well.
He doesn't have to say anything. Late Show everywhere.
I'm in his head, yeah. I am in there.
Lads, let's get into it. How did this all come about? So Steve O'Timothy's headlined the card against Paddy Barnes. I know this is for the Irish Wheelchair Association. So, lads, this is going to be a big event this Saturday in the Clayton Hotel in Galway. Al, can you tell us what the story is? Because you were meant to fight the notorious one, and now you're taking on the Crinkler.
Well,
So
this was
much better.
this was so much better, so much better. This was actually the original fight, because I remember Steve-O had gotten in touch with me, and obviously, when I spoke to Steve-O, my preference was to have a little mess fight with Darren. Do you know what I mean? That was the way I wanted to go, and then obviously Steve-O put my picture up, and then 2 hours later, McGregor quote tweeted it and challenged me. So at that point I thought I was fucked. Now listen, I still am fucked, because I think I will be going up against McGregor in a future event. I actually think that could be happening. But listen, he had to pull out. We got
He was afraid, Al. He was afraid.
He's afraid. Yeah, he is afraid. He is. Don't clip that.
Ali is.
And we got Darren back in.
And then Darren had to step up. Darren, how did this come about for you, man?
Well, all I can say is at least we know that I'm second option.
You were the first option. He was the one I wanted.
True, yeah. Same for myself, yeah. Steve just reached out and asked us would I be interested in helping out, because obviously it's for a great cause. So I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? And then there's some other great fights on the card. Poor Fabu D is going to have to get in there with Dylan Moran. I was talking to Dylan Moran there the other day. He's away on holidays again. I was saying to him, Dill, you're not taking Fabu serious. You're not taking him serious, man. And he goes, don't worry. I'll have to touch him up a little bit. I have a reputation to keep. So God love him. Also, I think John Connors is fighting MC Jason. Enzo Macronelli is fighting on the card as well. I'm actually not too sure who he's fighting against. And then obviously Steve-O is fighting Paddy Barnes. So there's full of interest in matches.
We've Artem Lobov.
Artem Lobov is actually fighting Paddy Houlihan as well in wheelchairs as well. So that'll be an interesting one.
That's the thing. I was just watching
Bare knuckle.
I was watching
the way it should be.
I was watching Sir Steve-O train there the other day, and he said this seems like it's going to be the first of many. And Al, you just brought it up there as well. What you actually think is going to happen this weekend? Because it's bringing so many people with so many genres of people following them that it's just going to be probably the most talked about, most trending thing in Ireland on Saturday night. Yeah,
it'll be great. Honestly, you've got Darren here obviously involved, and Darren is I've known Darren years, but the last year Darren's stock has just risen, and to have someone like him on an event like this as well is huge. It's huge. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him obviously, but you know what I mean. It's great. It's great to have someone like him and many others, and then you get an Olympian like Paddy Barnes, and then you get Paddy Houlihan, Artem Lobov from the MMA community, and it's all for a great cause for the Irish Wheelchair Association. So listen, it's going to be a great event. Steve-O he's done a great job in organising it. He's stressed to the nines, but he's doing a really good job at kind of getting it all together. I think we received a bit of a hammer blow on the weekend. I don't think there will be a crowd at this. I think this is just going to be live streamed now, because of there's certain different guidelines with hotels the hotel they can't have a crowd.
Fuck
So
the Clayton brothers.
I
Exactly,
know,
yeah.
yeah. So it has to be, it would have to be in a venue of some sort for that to go ahead. But
This is like the Clayton's going to be like the UFC Apex now.
Yeah. No, there's going to be live streams, yeah? Should we expect live streams?
There will be a live stream, yeah.
There's going to be a live stream, yeah.
Al, have you decided who's going to be in your corner for the night?
Oh Jesus!
It's just my board anyway, so.
Yeah, she's gonna shift around and yeah. It's just
Oh my god, this is going to be like a WWE moment.
He's
where,
so rude.
like,
I offered him a lift down to Galway, and he said no. He doesn't want to come near me. The two of us will be best friends from 3 o'clock to 4:45 when we watch Ronaldo's return, won't we? We'll be,
Oh my god, yeah.
we'll be crying in each other's arms, watching them walk out the tunnel.
A few blackcurrants.
Yeah,
No,
blackcurrants all around.
Thing going.
Darren, do you remember where you were when you found out Cristiano Ronaldo was coming back to Manchester United?
Was on the Jacks, man.
Yeah,
Was on the Jacks.
one or two.
It'd have to be a 2. No, it wasn't really.
Do you ever treat yourself
Two in the shower.
No, I was in the car, just sitting down, like chilling out, and like obviously, like you kind of hear things before it happens, and you kind of know that it's gonna happen. Then, you know, all the different people that Al would know, all the
Romano.
boys, all the boys, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice if you want to Al Foran.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
well, Al Foran would be getting the text off Andy Cole and the boys. You know what I mean? Being like, he's coming home. He's coming home. He's in there with the head honchos over in Manchester United.
Let's talk about that for a sec, because Al, obviously you go up to Manchester loads, and now there's going to be way more people like going into Manchester to watch Ronaldo. I'm sure that's going to give you a massive spike in bookings over Manchester.
Yeah, like even before Ronaldo arrived, the bookings were always there, obviously for the sportsman dinners with ex-players. I find I get more sportsman dinners, also in Manchester, but with boxers, retired or active boxers. They seem to be the sportsmen. Like I was in Edinburgh when the whole Ronaldo thing was going down. I was actually in the passenger seat of a car in a lovely Porsche that the promoter of this event hired for the weekend, and in the back was Josh Taylor and his missus. So I was just flipping up and down trying to get all the news. But I did 2 events with Josh Taylor the weekend. Ronaldo, it was
undisputed world champion, legend of man,
undisputed, lovely man.
Not giving enough credit.
No, not giving enough credit, and a really humble, down to earth guy. Salt of the earth. He'd be a good, like, I'll put a word in if he's want, lads. I'll get him on.
Definitely.
You're all right. Darren, what about yourself, bud? You're absolutely smashing it online these days. Like, you're the podcast running amok. I mean, I think your appearance on the Talking Bollocks podcast was the #1 most viewed show as well. Like, how are you getting on? You're absolutely smashing it these days.
I don't know. Like, it's a bit weird, like, because when you're doing it so long that everyone else is kind of doing the thing, getting there and whatever else, and then you just kind of sit back and not really care much about it. But like, you kind of, I don't know if I like kind of developed a persona or something like that, where it's like I can just do like infinite ads.
Yeah, but the way you do them, even the one with John O'Shea, it's just so good. Your spin on things is just like, I think the whole country gets it, you know?
Yeah, I think the ads are just becoming a parody in itself. Like, I was talking to Joe there, McGuckin the other day, and he was like, just keep doing them, man, because like, fuck it, like.
Yeah,
why would you not? Why would you not? Absolutely.
Yeah.
He said this to me the other day as well. Just keep doing them, man. That's as you said there, Barry. He puts his own spin on it.
Yeah,
that's what people want. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to hold up you get people just holding up a product with a big smile on their face like that. Like, Darren fucking gets it through with the product in his own comedic, unique way. So, no, keep doing it, Darren.
You don't hire Darren Conway and then write a script for him. You hand him the product and go, write something for this and do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way you do it. You know what I mean? Like, I remember even watching him being like, Scan the Fox or whatever it was for Orchard Thieves, I think it was, and I was like, that's actually just brilliant. Like, Barry always says it to me. He goes, Darren Conway like points out the obvious, and it's the funniest thing ever. And anyone could say what he says but no one can say what he says, and that's probably the best way to describe it. You just, I don't know, man. It's absolutely brilliant. I don't know whether it's the tone or the faces you do, but like I don't know, of your work, my favorite's always when you're doing the two characters against yourself. That's always my favorite. But like, not saying I don't enjoy the others either, but the OGs, like they're my favorite.
They're coming back.
Yeah. Also, like lads, obviously the Perrys have been smashing it for ages, and we've been in touch for about at least 5 years. So it's funny how to get all four of us in the same show, it has to be used to going head to head. Celebrity boxing is a massive thing these days. We've been covering it. Obviously, Jake Paul's coming in and out. Like what way do you see celebrity boxing going now? Al, you mentioned earlier there's going to be more events. Like, how far do you think this can go?
Oh, I think the sky is the limit with it. I mean, listen, I can't stand Jake Paul, but credit where credit's due. Like he's putting a completely different kind of a new kind of unique selling point to boxing now. Because let's be honest, you know what I mean? You need one or two big fights in boxing for the sport to kind of stay relevant every year. So I think with him being in there, he's a mouthy little fucker, but you know what I mean? He's a mouthy little fucker for good reasons. I mean, I think I find it funny how he keeps, mentioning Conor McGregor, saying this, and now he's saying, oh, Conor McGregor needs to beg me to, for a fight and all this, and McGregor has not even acknowledged him once. I just find that hilarious. But people are talking about him. He's getting the engagement, and I think that seems to be more important now than an amateur boxer who's risen through the amateur ranks, coming into the professional game and kind of not really having a mouth but being the most skillful boxer alive. They don't seem to get the attention. You have to have a mouth. It's always been like that in boxing, but it's ever present now. You know what I mean? It's part and parcel of the sport now.
Yeah. And also, Darren, you and Al going in now, you'll be almost going like the Jake Paul route, going in with loads and loads and loads of followers and trying to make a name for yourselves in this game, lads.
Well, I don't know. Like, I think Jake Paul has a couple of billion there.
Yeah, he does.
I probably have, like, in comparison, like 10 followers. But,
it's grand. That means I have half a follower, so it's fine.
Fraction, like, that's still good.
Stop.
There is no comparison, but like what Al said, it's just mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it looks like, so.
But you know what? I suppose
who'd like to see him fight next, lads? Ross, you go ahead first, Ross. Who do you think you'd like to see Jake Paul fight next?
I think I'd like to see him fight Dylan Dennis, just because like Dylan Dennis never fights, so it'd be nice to actually see him have a fight, because he's very mouthy for something. He doesn't get in there that often. But
Fury is the next one.
Do you think so?
Fury?
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah, I think it'd be.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah, well, I want to see Jake Paul get smashed. That's why he wants him going there with a real boxer.
Well, that's the whole point of it, and he knows that people want to see him get smashed, but he's such a fucking crafty little fucker. He picks the opponents, picks the best kind of opponents that will, they're not particularly boxers. Like Tyron Woodley's a wrestler. Ben Askren is, you've seen Ben Askren's striking. It's absolutely appalling.
He'll fight retired athletes or YouTubers. That's his go-to. It's like, you have to be over 40 and I'll let you in the ring.
Yeah. You should fight your man Paddy the Baddy.
That was some performance there over the weekend, Darren, wasn't it? Did you watch it?
Class. I was just saying the highlights. Yeah, it's just fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, he's blown up,
like, and just sees what happens, like, and just goes straight in.
You know what's actually gas, talking about like people who blew up. Instagram like took down his account there, I think it was last week or the week before, and like he had to start a brand new account, and his previous account had like 155,000 followers. He has like over 350,000 followers in the last 2 weeks just on that performance alone. Like, absolutely insane, and he deserves every single one of them.
He called them lizards, Instagram lizards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you could say worse things about Instagram and stay on there, but obviously no.
You have to be careful with Instagram, I tell you. I got a strike as well for saying "Done store sold hash."
Did you?
Yeah, man, I got a strike last year over that, and I was like, "Oh, have to be careful here."
We got
Yeah,
we got
man.
one as well there recently, Ross. We were featured on the UFC's countdown video, and then Ross shared on the wall, and then we got like a strike for it. Like if they took that away from us, I don't know. Imagine having to start again, especially you lads with so many followers. Jeez.
I don't know what I'd do. I'd be in a factory.
I've never got a strike on Instagram, which is strange enough because like I'd be taking the piss out of some people. Like, do you know what I mean? Like a lot of could be political shit, like Trump and all in there. Obviously, the only strike I got was on Facebook about 4 years ago. I had Mark Wahlberg and Eddie Murphy reacting to. I don't know if you've all watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
No.
Do you remember the witch? The witch in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
She fucking. Well, when she took off this pendant chain, she turned into like a 180-year-old woman, and like she was fucking whatever naked in front of the mirror. And I had Mark Wahlberg and Eddie Murphy react to it, and Mark Wahlberg fucking being horrified by it, obviously. But I got a fucking strike for about a week. That's about it.
You know what? I think with like all the stuff that goes on with like all the racism and stuff in sport, and like you get a strike for like doing a sketch, it just seems a bit ridiculous, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially if it's your livelihood as well, you know.
Don't store ourselves.
Yeah. I don't even mind, like I shouldn't be shopping there, but it's right across the road. Like,
in fairness, they should be glad to get the Darren Conway robe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it seems like all the politicians were jumping on Dara as well. They're all fighting for your attention. But here, lads, another thing, the two of you are doing a podcast as well. Al, I know like you started a while ago as well, and I listened to nearly all of them, especially the footballer ones I loved. But like Darren, now you're obviously going with Go Loud now. Like, how much are you enjoying the podcast game, lads? Because obviously myself and Ross been doing this about 5 years, and like we absolutely love it. How'd you find it? Al, you can go ahead first.
That's great. Yeah, it is great. It's a bit nervy for me, obviously, when I get some guests on, and I'm like a fanboy, obviously, with the likes of Andy Cole, and having him on, and he was a brilliant guest. It's just a case of having a format in front of me where there's different questions, and trying not to let out to the listeners that it's obvious that I have a format in front of me, trying to let it flow as well. But no, it's very enjoyable. It got me through the lockdown, big time.
Same here.
It really did.
I think we did 40 shows in 40 days, like all with guests on in a row at one stage during lockdown. We were
unbelievable.
Like, has to be done, and like it actually took off because we struggled from a technical standpoint of having guests on our show, not via sort of Zoom or StreamYard or whatever sort of app you're using, as opposed to just using like technology now. It's actually so easy to get someone on your show.
Yeah.
This is our first time using StreamYard as well, and I'm changing all the stuff around the screen for people watching YouTube. So let us know what we're getting on. Al, sorry, Dar, I was supposed to say Jerry Adams. Dar, obviously your podcast is now blowing up as well. Like you and the Cookmeister. How are you finding it, bud?
Yeah, when I went into it, it was very different, like that way. Because I've just been doing sketches the whole time, and then. Like I look at just ourselves, like you are doing it continuously so many years, like, and it's great to see, like, and then I just envy you for that because it's hard, like, to kind of even after 8 episodes, I'm like, oh, it's hard still, like, but ours is like, I feel like you guys would obviously like prepare for yours, like we don't, do you know that way? The prep goes out the window. We just go in and sit down and vent like about shit. So yeah.
Well, I think. With ours, we normally cover the topic of the week. So, like, if there's a fight coming up that week, like our research is almost done for us because, like, we're actually just interested in what is going on, which definitely does help. But no, I think yours with Joseph is great. Obviously, you had that moment where you were starstruck in the studio and you met Adrian Kennedy. Like, that was a big moment for you. You know what I mean? If you haven't seen that sketch, it was absolutely
that's brilliant.
Brilliant. It really, really was. But no. Come here, actually, Darren. Is yours going to go on visual as well?
Yeah. So we actually interviewed our first guest today. Like, that's
okay, can you give a Energized reveal on who it is?
No
worries. This is out tomorrow, by the way. So.
Ryan Tuberty. I saw you with the late show.
Today's Monday we're recording. I'll make sure not to miss the lads this Saturday. So carry on.
Yeah, it's just like we were interviewing in like the Go Loud studio with the like. 4 camera setup, like, you know, that way. And we kind of designed it like a sitting room setting. We're just sitting down having the chats with,
said guest.
Yes.
No, but the two lads, the two of you are doing a great job. Al as well. All the research you put into it is actually unbelievable. It's almost like a true Geordie episode. So make sure to follow the two lads podcast as well. They're absolutely smashing it. Lads, what's the preparation going to be like now? You're in fight week. It's fight week. The big fight goes down this Saturday in Galway. What's the fight week look like? I mean, like, are we on the broccoli the broccoli protein shakes, or what's the crack, lads?
I'm on the carveries and down.
These lads are coming out swinging for the first round. They don't want to do a 4-round fight. Actually, do you know how many rounds this is supposed to be for you lads?
I don't know.
Do you know, Al?
Listen, what happens happens.
This is going to be like WrestleMania 17, The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, this is what I'm looking for here, you know?
100%. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be.
And
that's
what's
some
called...
bitch is going me to do that impression. That's some bitch. I ain't going to do that. But
a chance an impression around this book.
What's called? I can see Darren Conway's Bird's going to get into the ring, hit him with a low blow, and then Al's going to hit him with the stunner, and that's going to be all she wrote.
We'll climb the bank, the ladder for the money in the bank.
The money in the bank. Yeah, we'll there'll be a few nice little set pieces, and you know, it'll be funny. I mean, I'll take him to Suplex City. You know what I mean? 5-star frog splash.
Yeah, there could be a senton bomb off the top rope and everything.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to take his shoe off and do Mr. Socko in the middle. You know what I mean?
It's very unhygienic. I never liked that move.
He has it ready. He has it ready for the people listening on Spotify. Darren
extra crusty sock. Extra crusty.
Now the fucking
lads, obviously the Irish Wheelchair Association is looking to make like a lot of money this week, and hopefully everyone that's watching now, if the two of you have links, make sure to send one thing. I'll put them in the bio. But like, is there a certain amount of money they're looking to raise, or what will you deem as a success this weekend?
Well, I think they're at I think they could be at around 38. I think around 38,000. I think he's obviously we're ramping it up this week, with promo and all that. Hopefully, it can get to around. Hopefully, maybe up to 45 by Saturday. That's his target.
And if it gets to 40, Foran will throw the other 5.
You know what? I think they would have no doubt hit 45.
And if it gets to 45, Darren will throw in the odd 20.
The score. No, I do think if they actually were allowed to have fans at the venue, they would have hit that 45k, no bother, because I'm sure they would have taken cash donations on the night. Now, you want to be careful who you're giving your cash donations to, you know what I mean? There's a few dodgy characters at this event, but sure, look, it actually is for an absolute unbelievable cause, and it's going to be very exciting on the night, because I think actually Ricky Hatton's doing guest judge. So I don't know if he's going to be ready for, huh?
He's going to be judging me and Darren's fucking
brawl,
come dancing routine. Yeah.
Well, I
don't know if he's going to crack, lads. This is going to be so crack. The content you're going to get out of this is going to last you the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know if Ricky Hatton's going to be able to judge your two fighting styles. It's going to be something like he's never seen before, you know.
I like any style, like, you know, it could be sway or that way, like you just don't know.
Are you going to crinkle Al Foran?
I don't know. That's me finisher, so hopefully I can get that over the line, like, you know.
And who knows? Al Foran could come out with Mike Tyson, and next thing you know, you'll be shitting yourself, Darren.
Yeah, and I heard that like when Al doesn't impress, he also mimics their fighting styles and power. So like when he talks like Mike Tyson, I'm in the ring with him, like, you know.
Jeez, what are you going to do about that?
I think he'd be more taken away, you know what I mean? He'd be more thrown off by Katie Taylor right in front of him. So, do you know what I mean?
Unscrewed.
Be digging the head off him and being nice at the same time, you know what I mean? Such confusion.
What about Tyson Fury, Al? Is he going to be there? Or?
Big Tyson.
100%. I cannot wait. I look forward to it. This dosser right here. This absolute dosser. Look forward to it. looking after him.
You know what, Baz? Like, I don't know why, right? But like every time I see Al do his impressions, it's next level. It's like, what's going on?
It's just the way you can do it. You can just flick the switch. You know what I mean? It's like some fighters going into the octagon. It's like, right, switch on. Like, there we go. Al just has it like any voice, anywhere, any time, as one would say.
Darren's missus giving him the eye there, being like, "You're not actually fighting the voice, are you?"
No, but lads, like,
Man, I don't know, man. If we could know, it could happen. You know, that's what happens. You know, if he's in there with me, you know, you never know what's gonna happen. We might just hug each other or something like that. You know, it's amazing. It's gonna be incredible. It's a great night.
Right, lads. Here's a really serious question. Out of all the other fights on the night, which fight are you looking forward to the most?
At the Paddy versus Steve.
That's the main one, isn't it? You have to.
Yeah, 100%. I think because Steve-O's taking it so seriously.
Yeah.
Like he really is taking it. Like,
do you think he can win?
He's going full in. You never know.
Well, more. I actually saw Paddy in the wheelchair, and he was actually terrible in the wheelchair. And like, yeah, but he could sort of go forward and then like fall over or something, and then next thing you know, that's a knockdown for Steve-O.
Yeah, you step into Steve-O's world, you know.
Yeah, you never know when it comes to that. Honestly, I know Steve-O's talking of the rematch already. So is that him conceding, or is that him basically, you know, giving Paddy another chance? I don't know. We'll have to see on Saturday night.
Yeah, if Steve-O's listening now, we'd like to be part of the next one. If there is a next one in any sort of way, I feel like this is the only way we can really help this time. But next time, we'd like to be more involved. You know?
Yeah, Barry. Who would you like to fight? Who would you like to fight, Barry?
Who'd I like to fight? There's an Irish legend that's left these shores, and he's now moved abroad. The fitness instructor, Rob Lipsa. He probably needs I could give him a 1-2 for a charity, definitely.
I think we do a tag match. You and Ross versus the feckin' Terence and Calvin for talking bollocks for the podcast tag team championships.
Yeah, if it's up for charity, I'll definitely do it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they won't be ready for my leg drop, the Hulk Hogan leg drop, man. They won't be ready for that.
I think Terence a full-on boxing match, though.
I don't know if they can make it up to heavyweight with us big dogs, you know what I mean? But let's
man.
Yeah, but shout out to them.
Oh, Jesus.
Shout out to the lads, by the way. They're absolutely killing it in Ireland. It's unbelievable to see.
Yeah.
And like it's unbelievable to see, because not many people like take a step out of the box. You two lads know yourself, you're like OGs of the Irish game now. And see the two lads come in and just create such a stir and like getting involved, and they're going on TV at higher levels. It's actually brilliant to see. They're inspiring loads of people to get going, you know?
100%. They represent.
Yeah.
They really are. It's brilliant to see. It is really brilliant to see. Cheers to lads. Well, lads, I think we should cut a promo now for this weekend, and then we'll clip this up, put it out, and get everyone to make sure to watch. And before we go, everyone make sure to hit the link and make sure to support this massive event this Saturday for the Irish Wheelchair Association. If you're getting Jerry Adams and Al Foran fighting each other, anyone should pay for that, you know what I mean? But let me just get the right clip on.
Yeah, what's called Darren Conway has Mary Lou McDonald in his corner. That's who he has.
Does he? Yeah.
Yup, Sinn Féin.
Right, you need to get Al on the main screen first, Basmo.
Yeah, I think this.
Am I cutting the promo now first? Yeah.
I think we actually have to be on the screen. Sorry about that.
All right, go on. Anyway, I'll take it away.
Take it away.
No, obviously, I just want to, just say to Darren, obviously, of course, I wanted to reach out to him, and obviously, we were in a tweet exchange about a year ago, and I'd like to be pals with him, and if he is the key to everything, and I'll be doing this in the ring with Darren. I'll actually just be talking to him like the Taoiseach, and basically saying that Mary Lou McDonald is a waste of space, and Leo Varadkar is the hip and cool guy. So side with me, call me Dad, because you called her Mom, and it's going to be really fantastic, great. And then when he's turned around, I'll just knock him out.
I seen you picking your nose there in the field, pal.
Yeah, it was a big booger. It was a really, really big booger. I mean, the size of a planet, in terms of boogers. So very, very, very nice. Yeah.
It did. Like, it looked enjoyable enough, actually. It looked like one of them.
It did. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I looked left, I looked right, picked the bugger, and then I looked left again, and there was someone taking a picture of me. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Like a good pick. Like everyone has a little pick.
No. When you know yourself, a good pick. You know, nobody around, but then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? This guy pops up out of nowhere, taking a picture of me. So, I think I teleported from Dublin or something like that. So, yeah, bad.
It's madness.
It is. It is madness. It really is.
Thanks,
you know.
Yeah.
Such a yeah. Can I tweet you tonight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you can.
Lads, out of all the
Fine Gael, yeah.
out of all the call-outs I expect.
Shut up for a second. Are we allowed to say the word yup? Is that because Sinn Féin say yup, or they're with the young crowd? Is that kind of the way it is? Is that?
It's a free country, so like.
Yeah. But if I say yup, Fine Gael, does that just sound cringy? Is that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're trying to jump in on the bandwagon, like.
This could be the entire fight.
Let's just do that.
These lads are going to be have their boxing gloves on with a microphone in their hand each, and that's how it's going to go down. But lads, anyone who gets a chance to watch this on Saturday, you can't miss it. Do you lads have a rough estimate of the kickoff time?
9 o'clock till 11, I think.
Yeah, 9 o'clock till 11. It's going to be a 2-hour fight between Al Foran and Darren Conway.
Like that.
2-hour conversation between Leo Varadkar trying to get the
adopt Mary Lou McDonald's
Darren
son.
Conway, because let's be honest, the fucker was the key to the whole general election in 2020. You know what I mean? So, God, you really scuppered shit for me.
Get back in the bush and stop thumping people.
There we go, lads. Make sure to check out the event this Saturday, September the 11th, in the Clayton Hotel. Al and Dara, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to just before we wrap things up?
Yeah, just me, ma. How are you, ma? Hope you're keeping well.
And Al.
Jeez, Joe McGuckian is going to be freaked. Like he still wants
shout out to Joe. Fair play to you.
He still wants that fridge, that Normandy fridge, is it?
Normandy. That came with that. No, it's just like we're renting, like, so that was just one of the fridges that was there.
Yeah,
it's a great fridge.
And Al, Edinburgh, for yourself, anyone to shout out?
I give a shout out to Steve-O. Give a shout out to my daughter Sophia, 2 years old. I'm going in there for her to.
All the dads are there.
I don't know for what.
I mean,
you know,
I don't know. I might do some Peppa Pig impressions in there. You know what I mean? Clip them.
At the end of the day, me and
Al
are good friends. Me and Al Foran are good friends. We're going in to have a laugh, put on a bit of a show, and then raise awareness for the Irish Wheelchair Association. So
that's it, exactly.
That's it in a bubble, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it in a bubble.
Lads, that's why we had to get you on. We had to get you to two absolute legends of the game, two OGs of the social media game in Ireland as well, Ross. And that's why we thought it would be a great idea to have you on and promote the event this Saturday, because it's going towards a great cause. Ross, anything else to say before we wrap things up?
No, I just want to say to anyone who is watching, make sure to head over to both Darren and Al's social medias. You probably follow them already, because who in the country is not following them? But send them a bit of love. Make sure to subscribe to both lads' podcasts, because they're both incredibly entertaining in their own right. And if you are watching this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and as always, stay energized.
Energized show, up the Irish. Been sussing you guys a couple of times. I've seen a couple of clips. I think you've done some interviews with Dylan Moran and that I saw. So keep going, keep up the good work, guys.